Hey fam! So this is a video I hadn't planned to shoot today. In fact, I wish I wasn't filming this. But yeah, so if you read the title, you already know what's up. This morning, like I normally do, I was fixing a cup of coffee. And this morning, like I normally do, went to remove my retainer and crack. What's that now? Yes. Slowly lifted up my lower retainer, looked at it, and there was a crack in the front of the retainer. Oh no. Immediately, numbers started to rush at me because I know that it costs a lot to replace retainers. I had braces for 5 years and just had my braces taken off last year. I've had these clear plastic retainers for about a year now, and the lower one split. I've avoided throwing them away. I haven't ever slept on them or stepped on them or anything, and I feel like I'm really careful with them. But this morning I split one, and my first inclination was to flip out. But then I thought, that's not a plan. Let me sit down for a minute and figure out what it is I need to do about this. I called my orthodontist office, and long story short, it would cost me $250 for the lower retainer and $75 to be seen. So $325 for the lower retainer. $325. So I said, okay, I kind of remembered hearing that last year that it would cost that much. I started thinking about my emergency fund, how I was going to get it done. I just told them I'd call them back. So then I remembered that earlier in the year, a crown on the upper left side of my mouth actually chipped off. My teeth haven't moved because I wear a retainer every night. Otherwise, my teeth would have moved. I would need a new retainer and everything like that. So I remembered that I had that crown that needed to be replaced. I did have it looked at, but here you go, a lesson in self-care. I got so focused on getting debt free, and I just held off on that because it didn't seem super urgent. I wasn't in pain. My retainers were holding everything in place, and I just, Anyway, I'm now concerned that if I get the lower retainer replaced and there's an adjustment made with this crown, that it will cause me to need a new upper retainer. So I know that dentists are really good at making crowns most like your real tooth, the tooth surface that they replaced. And this is a replacement of a crown as opposed to a crown mirroring a tooth surface. So I figured it should be okay, and I have my retainer as a guide as well to make sure that the teeth line up, so I don't need two retainers. So I called my orthodontist and scheduled to have my crown looked at and repaired. Today is July 30th. That won't occur until August 15th, a couple weeks out. So now my concern is that my lower retainer won't make it until then. I'm trying to figure out if I should get my lower retainer replaced and then just deal with the upper retainer when that happens. I don't know. This is almost turning into a what would you do video. Of course, if you've had to deal with this, let me know. I'm sharing this on this channel because obviously this is going to cost me something, and I'm going to take a break from my debt snowball in order to figure this out. I don't know how much it's going to cost in the end. Of course, I have insurance for dental work. The orthodontia has already been maxed out, so with the whole braces thing, so I'll have to pay that out of pocket. So I'm just trying to figure out this chicken and egg situation. Should I go ahead and get my retainer before the crown, or try to get the crown before the retainer? So I'm just trying to figure that out. Enter another piece into the scenario. So as I was doing research on how I could possibly repair my retainer, there aren't really any good solutions to that. You essentially need to replace it. Some people say that you can repair it by gluing it. That's probably not a healthy route to go. Some of these glues say they're non-toxic, but I am not gonna put glue on something that I wear in my mouth every night and risk it not being non-toxic. So that's not gonna happen. I know that I'm gonna replace it. So I came across a company called justretainers.com. They're not a sponsor. I just found out about them hours ago. And they make molds of your teeth and provide retainers at a much lower cost. So I could get my bottom retainer replaced for $65. What a savings, right? I can actually get the top and the bottoms for $115. Yes. So I was like, absolutely. However, to get the bottoms replaced seems like a no-brainer. I can get those replaced. There's nothing wrong with my teeth structure or anything like that. I can get those replaced and we're good to go. I wouldn't want to get the top retainer because when I go to complete the mold for the top, there's that space for the crown that hopefully within the next few weeks is going to be filled in with a new crown. So then I started thinking, should I get the bottom, the lower retainers from justretainers.com and then wait and see what happens with the crown and then get the top retainer later? Of course, that's more cost. It's more cost effective for you to get the upper and lower retainer at the same time. I think it's $115 for both of them at the same time, as opposed to $130. So it's not too bad a difference. I could essentially get the ball rolling with getting the lower retainer. And then once everything's good to go, after I get the crown replaced, I can get the upper retainer at $65 and go from there. Either way, even if I did go to my orthodontist and get the lower retainers for $325 and had my complete set from my orthodontist, I will probably still go with this company to get a backup set. They're high quality. I actually watched a young lady's videos, a couple of her videos on it. She uses it and she had a 10% off code. I don't know if that's of interest to you, but it's Chels Retainers, CHELS Retainers, on that justretainers.com website to get 10% off. So again, I wanted to share this story with you on my lunch break, just to let you know that when you hear me talk about in the next few weeks that I'm not putting as much to my debt snowball in order to put up for replacing my retainers, you'll know why. Again, if you've ever encountered a situation like this, feel free, please feel free to let me know what it is you did or what you even think should be the route I go with this. I called my mom. I thought it over extensively. I was just like, I don't know which way to go with this. Either way, I'll need to set aside some money to do so, and I'll probably slow up on my debt snowball. I am hoping I don't have to go into my emergency fund, because that is something I really dislike doing. It's there for emergencies, but I don't want to do it. And hear me now. Whenever the smoke clears, I think I'm gonna start setting aside a sinking fund for such matters. That's where I am. And essentially, I'm in a place of peace. I'm just indecisive at this time. And so it's not the end of the world and it's gonna be okay. But that's just where I am right now. And I wanted to share that with you so you'll know what's going on. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this whole thing. Let me know in the comments what you would do. Thank you. It's gonna be okay. Have a great one.